Hello, I hope we're all doing well. Welcome back to the Esports Rewind Podcast, episode number 2. We survived, Zan.
Somehow.
I don't know how we did it, but welcome back, everybody. If you guys do not know, what we do here is we recap all of the craziest, the funnest, the newest stories out there in esports. We make it into one short podcast, and we give you guys the details and our reactions.
Sounds good to me. You want to jump into it?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. But first of all, thank you all very much, because the first episode, I don't know if you realize, 0 dislikes. So let's break that trend.
I forgot about it. All right, guys, let's smash that dislike button.
Please do us a favor and dislike this podcast. But honestly, way to go us.
Yeah.
I didn't know we'd be back for episode 2. So let's get into it. We do it story by story. And at the very end, we rate the news. And everything's timestamped down below. If you guys want to bounce around, let's get into it. All right, Zan, this one is... It's been a crazy week. I know you know that.
Yeah, a little bit.
Especially because you told me you had some crazy stories.
Yeah, it's only Wednesday. We're recording this on Wednesday, and we're already what do we?
So usually we record these on Thursdays, and there's usually enough stories. But this time around, we had enough stories by Tuesday. It's been an insane week.
Yeah.
And the biggest story for me that I'm definitely going to have is all around OpTic Gaming. I'm not sure if you've heard the rumors about this. I know we've had slight discussions. If you guys somehow have no idea, it could be the end of OpTic Gaming. A quick TLDR is their parent company, Infinite Entertainment, could be being bought out by the Immortals Gaming Club, who did a new round of funding a couple months ago, and now all of a sudden, we could be saying goodbye to the most notorious name in esports.
Yeah, they've been around. I feel like they've been there since almost the beginning.
Yeah, it's almost when you get into esports, that's, at least when I did, that's the name that's presented to you.
Yeah, definitely. It was FaZe, OpTic, and
maybe you throw a Cloud9, maybe
and something like that.
A lot of Europeans are gonna be pissed off. Throw a Fnatic in there too, notorious names.
That's fair.
OpTic is definitely one of them. And if you guys have not been seeing the updates about this, we've had several videos about this. Apparently, what is now the newest rumor is it certainly was confirmed. Infinite's going to be bought out by somebody, or bids are being made. Now the newest bid is by Hector Rodriguez, apparently, and some other partners potentially try and retain the OG brand, which is amazing. I don't know if you know who Hex is exactly.
Yeah, I'm vaguely familiar. Yeah.
But for me, it was just a super touching story. First of all, to see one of the best, most notorious names out there to potentially be gone, but then to see the former owner himself step back in and say, hey, I'm not letting this project die right away.
Yeah, good, as he should.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
But it is kind of crazy because despite this being, he's stepping back in, there's other rumors out there about apparently the bid process. It's some personal vendettas going on in the esports scene.
Oh, really?
So
some shady dealings, trying to...
As in not even the highest bidders apparently are being considered.
Oh, okay.
So who knows if that's going to play a role, but that's our first story today. OpTic Gaming could just disappear.
While you were talking about that just made me think OpTic closing is if... neither of us use AOL Mail, right?
No.
Obviously, right? But if AOL...
Wait, you don't use AOL still?
somehow...
Yeah, no, me either.
If somebody bought out AOL and we're AOL may not exist anymore, I'd be what?
That was I feel like that was definitely a thing, though, because they definitely went away. My mom used them for a while. I think she still does.
I think I still have an AOL account. One of my throwaways, it's still active.
But you're right. The transition between AOL and Gmail, it was a different world. It was wait... Mail gets fat. There's a platform without AIM names.
Yeah, right. It's going. We went from OpTic. Now we're in the 100 Thieves era. Everybody's got a
little fancier. Everyone's got a clothing line. Wait, do you remember your AOL name? Your AIM name?
Yeah, definitely. Oh, wait, my AIM name.
Your AIM name,
not.
Yeah.
No, that's asking for too much.
Yeah, I don't remember my Boji Jake or anything. Yeah. I feel like I remember all of my middle school friends. Maybe it's just me. Anyway, crazy news. OpTic Gaming could be gone. So for me, that's just in the crazy news realm.
Oh, definitely. That's last thing I ever expected to hear this year. So this one is a bit weird in a way, right?
I like weird news.
Yeah. Have you heard about Unicorn? It's UNIKRN.
The news site?
Yeah.
Yeah, heard of them.
Okay, yeah. See, I don't use them that often. Don't know how big they are or not.
I think they're out there.
They're doing things.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they're launching this new betting platform specifically for esports and streamers, right?
Okay.
And theoretically, the way it's going to work is that an approved streamer will start a stream and an AI will auto-generate odds based off of their chances of success. And then viewers can bet on that.
No. Don't do this.
Yeah,
no.
I feel like this is just asking for
This
problems.
is asking for controversy. You
Yeah,
know.
like out the gate.
Like, do they have to be like established streamers, or can you just have a nobody Joe go on there?
In their news release, it did say approved streamers, but even so,
What's to
that's
stop?
like-
Not to call out, I don't know. I can't think. Pokimane, she's playing League. She's playing a League match. Odds are presented. What's to stop her from texting so and so like, hey, the odds are against me, but or the odds are with me, but I'm gonna throw this game. Like, what's
like real quick, like even like they could just have an extra monitor, open up Discord real quick.
Easy, just
Like, everybody has that, like
or just have a code word, and then the people know.
Yeah, you put it in the chat like
That is And correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't they also owned by one of the NBA guys, a big wig in the NBA?
I believe so. I was looking into people involved in esports, like celebrities, like a little bit ago. I remember some sports person had partial ownership.
I'm blank on the name, but either way,
there's too many people.
That is
it's weird because I feel like I'm glad people are looking in this direction, because the more people are willing to accept that esports can do the exact same thing like a normal football or soccer can do, like in terms of like, oh, people can actually bet on this, right?
Yeah.
The more legitimacy overall as an industry that we have, but at the same time, like
I see exactly where they're coming from, because like now here in Las Vegas, you can bet on any player doing anything.
Yeah.
And you're not going to have players, but then again, they got to go to the sideline, take off their gear, then text someone about the odds. This is streaming. This is a much simpler way of rigging things.
Yeah, definitely. And the fact that an AI is going to be running it all is a whole other bag of worms.
I'm with you. I like the idea, but for me, in the way, I don't trust people. I don't trust the Twitch community. I hope it goes well, but for me, it seems like a little sketchy / bad news.
Every time there's any gambling involved with gaming personalities whatsoever, it's always bad.
Always a danger.
Yeah. Like when was the CS:GO like?
You don't have to bring that. You don't got to bring
the
that
lotto
up.
stuff.
Why do you got to target? It's
I don't,
because I like CS:GO. You got to bring up a gambling controversy.
It's only the only game I can.
Yeah,
think of
Zan, we've had a few bad eggs, and to set you straight, they weren't even CS:GO players. Okay, they were people that came into CS:GO during the gambling hype.
So they're not from the community.
Yeah, no, they ain't my community.
Yeah, all right.
Although we do got some bad eggs. All right, I'm going to throw you a curveball. You ready for this one?
Potentially. I hope so. I mean, you already. You
freaking ready?
Yeah, you caught me off guard with a curveball already. I'm like, you're like, what?
Okay, so this one, we targeted Epic Games all last week.
Of course.
This one, we're targeting Riot. Well, not really. Never mind. We're targeting racists.
Okay, yeah.
But it involves Riot. I don't know why I went that way. Anyway, so
Riot, racist, sexist.
Is that an alliteration? Riot, racist, or is that just a different thing?
I mean, it could be. I wouldn't be surprised after the news we've seen out of Riot lately. I wouldn't be surprised to hear like
they're next in the chopping block. But that's a different story about a bad dev.
That's next week.
Come back, episode 3. But anyway, it's Riot actually now the LCS enforcing action for the Echo Fox case. I don't know if you heard about this. It was actually Rick Fox, high up in Echo Fox, really well-known name and figure in the esports scene. It's a follow-up story now because a couple weeks ago, it came out that one of their investors for Echo Fox was involved using derogatory and discriminatory terms in an email exchange.
Yeah, really blatantly too.
Like just publicly, it's out there, right? It's not in person. You can't really hide it.
Yeah.
So Rick Fox came forward, said, "Hey, I'm stepping down. If this doesn't get corrected," he further came out and said, "Hey, I'll stay on if something is done." Now we have the guy's name,
right? Yeah,
last name Rizada. This guy has now come out and he's responded in a slew of ways. If we'll show screenshots, he's responded very, very blatantly, even with attorneys threatening Rick Fox's family. So he wanted Rick Fox to stay in the company, not to step down because of his racism.
Right.
And when Rick said, no, we need something done, he responded to Rick's attorney, as we believe by sources, saying, "I will F you and your family in any way if you do not stay in your position, and there's no deal to be made here." Public, it's public now.
For what reason do all these people think it's a great idea to put this in text?
Let alone to a legal representative of the guy you're trying to not have go against you publicly.
It almost in today's day and age, that type of thing is always going to come out.
People don't think twice. I mean, we've all made mistakes clearly, but nowadays of any time is a day to think. Nowadays it's 2019. You got to think before you talk about anything.
You got to be like monitoring everything and be like, what did I say on Twitter 5 years ago?
Yeah, I might go back. But anyway, the main part of the story is now LCS and Riot has come forward and said, hey, Echo Fox, you have 60 days to take affirmative action. If you do not, we are going to punish the organization because this guy has now publicly threatened bigotry, used racial slurs, and so now they are pretty much forcing action on Echo Fox. So good on Riot.
Yeah, that's probably the best way this could have turned out.
Yeah, and obviously then it comes to that, it's like, Rick, is this a genius move by Rick, or the question is to you, is it just a stupid move by the guy who had done all of it? Or was it a combination of both?
I think, yeah, it's probably both. I mean, the dude who did it in the first place, right? This is something I'll never understand about people who are problematic in any type of way. Like, why be so blatant about it, right? Like, if you wanna say some sus stuff, like maybe here's an idea.
Don't be careful here.
Don't email it.
Be a better hider if you're gonna be.
See, I feel like Disney movies taught us this early on. Like, you should be sneaky.
You are so right. Dude, it took us years to find out that there were a bunch of, sexual references and jokes in SpongeBob. That's not Disney, but you get the same everyone thing. Does it apparently. Yeah. Good idea. Because if he was good about it, we wouldn't find out for 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, we would know, and like maybe, to be honest, Rick Fox might have stepped down. He might have just not said anything about it.
True.
Because he might not have had any proof. He might have just been like, I don't need to be here. I'm going to leave.
Yeah. Anyway, a crazy story. Good on Riot. One of the very few good stories we've had for developers so far in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, good guy Riot. Good to see. All right, I'm gonna stick to like a general sports theme in a way.
Okay.
Or and more in terms of
I like themes.
The combination of sports and esports, kind of like saying, hey, what's good?
Oh, all right. I think I'm with you.
Yeah. So the Overwatch League, right?
Okay. Yeah.
They just signed a partnership with I think the company's called Upper Deck. They do
the trading cards.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Don't tell me they're trying that.
Yeah, they're doing
I don't like any of your stories.
Trading cards.
Oh no.
Trading cards and collectibles, whatever that means.
Oh, you can't collect paper, guys. It's 2019.
I feel like the fact that it's 2019 adds more novelty to it.
There's a reason why sports trading cards have just gone through the shooter the last few years.
They are like, I was looking at the prices too. Like, they obviously don't have prices for the Overwatch cards out there. But like even for like normal cards, it was like $15 for a small like booster pack, and then like close to $70-$80 for a full deck, which is a little bit on the pricey side.
Oh no, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a huge fan of Pokemon, huge fan of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, who wasn't, right?
But those weren't real people. Those are like, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about holding the real.
You're trying to tell me the Shadow Realm isn't real, my guy? What?
Like, is there going to be do you know if there's going to be a game around this, or we'll just take the traditional sports side of just sheerly collecting paper?
They haven't released too much information about it yet, since, it is still new.
Yeah.
I think at this point, all we know for sure is that there's going to be trading cards.
Okay.
And, what if they put loot boxes on the trading cards?
There's got to be another approach, right? Like, are they just going to keep on releasing packs and packs?
I don't know.
Packs?
Yeah, because they said they were doing one for the inaugural Overwatch League season, so maybe they'll do one like a new set each season.
Because it's funny you brought that up. Actually, there was an app that came out a while ago for CS:GO. It's called Epics, and it's virtual cards.
All right. Yeah.
And instantly when this came out, I was like, this is not going to work out.
Virtual cards makes a lot more sense.
It makes more sense, but in terms of collectability and like actually having a feasible worth.
Some of these will be autographed, so there is that aspect.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Epics, to be fair, they kind of promoted through all the tons of teams, and they, in my opinion, they pretty much failed in terms of actually creating like a physical backing. So this, I'll give it that they actually have a physical there's something there, there's a substance.
Right.
Virtual, you can claim your free packs every single day. It floods the market. They have new types of packs every single week.
Right.
So I like yours a lot more than their way of doing it. Do I think it's going to work? I would doubt it.
It could. Who knows?
But we could be saying this 10, 15 years from now when Mr. Echo Fox Races finally gets kicked. These cards could be worth a lot of money. Maybe.
I
doubt it.
Low key, I'll probably pick up a deck just to even if I just keep it in the closet.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's the first one. I shouldn't be telling people.
No, we're not buying them.
No. Yeah. No, who would do that? That's a bad idea.
Terrible market.
No.
Zan, you ready?
I am.
Okay. My turn?
Yeah, it's your turn, of course, yeah.
It is about time I brought Fortnite back into the topics because I think it's going to be a week-by-week thing.
Yeah, okay.
With that being said, week by week, they also have their World Cup qualifiers. I don't know if you had heard about the biggest event in esports.
I am familiar, yes.
Okay, because, just to kind of set the precedence, this is the biggest event in esports history. It is
a lot of money on the line.
Already breaking the TI record, although this upcoming TI could beat it in prize pool.
The TI is crazy this year. Yeah,
and it's supposedly going to break 35 million. This main event for Fortnite World Cup is going to be $30 million, but with surrounding funds, it's going to be $60 million.
Where are these surrounding funds coming from? Like
so they have
and
weekly qualifiers, $1 million each and every week, I think, and it's spread across several regions. So those are at least the 10 weeks leading up to it, and then a bunch of other prizes spread throughout.
So people are actually winning money during the qualifiers.
Yeah, which is incredible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought, I was totally under the impression that you only won money in the main event. Okay.
So people have been they keep on trying to qualify and requalify, and you just earn up prize earnings that way. And then if you pretty much, for solos at least, if you actually earn a spot, it's a guaranteed $50K each and every person. First event in history to ever do that.
That explains so much about why people are so hype every single week about qualifiers.
Epic knows how to put their money out, but do they know how to do it in the right direction? Now to the final story. In the right direction, because around the biggest esports event in the entire world, we're seeing the most issues we've ever seen.
Yeah.
As you can imagine, online qualifiers spread throughout several regions across the world. Cheaters, teamers, but most importantly, in-game issues have been incredibly broken, costing players their actual spot in the World Cup. So we've seen just complaints on complaints on complaints from several pro players because this past week they actually had another back-to-back weeks of issues with queuing, meaning pro players who were higher on the leaderboard weren't even able to get into the matches to compete to get points.
It's that messy.
I mean, there are clips of
that's wild
foreign and international players, whatever country you want to name, they record themselves, and you can literally see them trying to queue. And when it says they can't get in, just mayhem. Just because, it's a shot at $50,000.
Yeah, right, yeah.
You think they're going to sit there pleasantly and, oh, man.
Oh, guess I better get back in the queue, guys.
Well, I guess next time.
I really should have bought a fast pass. All right. So this next story kind of leans close to the YouTube drama segment of esports, but not at all.
Okay. I mean, you say YouTube drama, I think a lot of things.
Yeah, I'll contextualize a little bit, right? So, are you familiar with what's been going on with Randy Pitchford recently?
I think I've heard the name, but no, I don't know the details.
Okay, yeah. So Randy Pitchford is the CEO of Gearbox. They're the developers who made Borderlands and stuff, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And he's always been kind of shifty as an individual.
What do you mean by shifty?
Let's say over the years there have always been stories about, I don't know about Randy. Randy was in the corner doing some magic tricks or something. I don't know what was happening over there.
Dude, that is such a friendship. Dude, I don't know about Randy, man. That is such a middle school kind of thing. I just picture so many people that can just be acting a little off.
Because how do you deal with the CEO of your company just being kind of So what he does is he goes off the rails very frequently.
You talking about on Twitter or in person? Or?
Everywhere. There's not a Twitter Randy.
I haven't heard of this guy before.
Probably because weirdly enough he falls in and out of the news cycle, even though he always does really big things.
Well, he's back in it now, baby.
Yeah, now right after he started complaining at some news outlet after they said the Borderlands 3 had microtransactions in it. After he went on stage and said there's no microtransactions in our game. And then he's right afterwards oh yeah, we will have cosmetics you can buy, but which obviously it's microtransactions.
No, those are macro nowadays.
Everybody was just yeah, I mean, nobody was mad at him about it. They were just yeah, just to give players a heads up, there are actually microtransactions in the game. He immediately took to Twitter, fingers flying.
My boy.
He was why would you frick me on this?
Did he say the word frick?
Even he said the actual, when he went in full.
Did he say the F word?
Yeah. He was yeah. Why'd you?
Whoa, dude. Okay, I was just asking. I didn't actually. I was just saying if he said frick, I like him because that's my word. But anyway.
Yeah. No. Yeah. But he just went on, and after that, one of the voice actors from Borderlands, who had originally not been paid. Even though he was one of the main characters, just because he worked at Gearbox already as an executive, and he was kind of doing it just as like, oh, I'm here anyway, I might as well hop in the recording booth, right? Mm-hmm. And they got into a whole thing about Randy not paying him, and Randy like allegedly assaulting him. And
okay, Randy,
then
these are taking steps.
Yeah, I know, right? And then it's kind of escalated over the past couple days to where
it's escalated from that.
Yeah, I know, right?
What's the freaking Randy doing?
This is where Randy confuses me. Like every time you think this wasn't great, maybe he's gonna step down, he just finds some way to like kick it up another.
Maybe Randy's gonna turn around.
Yeah. Like the first
Come back
time,
to us, Randy.
He released like Aliens, Colonial Marines, like forever ago. Terrible game. Potentially one of the worst games in that generation.
You know, if he's hearing this, he's freaking out. He's freaking shaking.
I know he's already on Twitter.
This Zan guy.
All this is allegedly, Randy. All right.
I'm gonna fill it in 5 minutes later.
Yeah.
This could be a different Randy.
For all we know. But anyway, he had like there's allegations that he stole $12 million from the employee like fund of
my God.
Yeah, like that's like a lot of money.
Yeah, that's not like dipping your fingers in. That's just freaking fitting your face in there. How much we got?
Yeah, it's like, you know what? I could just take a Twinkie, but you know, I'm feeling like the box today.
I could just take $1, but 12 million's my number.
And then like what else? Oh, and then there's the whole medieval times situation.
Wow, dude, this is like a full video in itself. Mike, this seems like a guy who's gotten away with everything in his life.
Yeah, there was like potentially like underage, like allegations of like underage material being involved with
Randy,
him.
Dude, does this guy have any bounds?
I don't know.
Like, has he ever reached a point where like, I'm not going to do that? Like, is there anything like where I imagine this is the kind of guy like nothing shakes him anymore.
No, yeah, he's probably just doing whatever, living his best life.
Like, Randy, your dog died. Oh, shoot. Just no remorse kind of guy.
No real reaction. Just like, guess I'm going to the store today.
Guess I'll add that to my list of things to do today.
But anyway, my question is, at what point in gaming, right, like in almost every other community or industry that I can think of, it would only take one of these allegations, and that person would be done. Mm-hmm. Like James Charles was kind of already like that whole thing. This happened this past week.
Oh my gosh!
I guarantee you, most of the people who unsubscribed from him didn't see any evidence.
Oh,
they didn't care.
They heard James did this.
Yeah.
Don't know what, but
they're like, yeah, I mean, whatever.
You say vitamins? I take vitamins. If he's not going to promote them, I'm out.
He's not promoting my vitamins.
Don't we all have vitamin lice?
Yeah, right.
Wait, James ain't promoting my stuff? You telling me?
You're telling me James doesn't eat Flintstones vitamins like the rest of us?
But like, you're totally right, though. Honestly, I know it's like a prolonged topic, but like, I don't even want to missay names. But the NFL guy, who was found, he was cheating on his wife with like some. He bought some people. I think he bought some favors.
Yeah.
And he was just outed. I mean, he's had to go out and actually get the video banned because there's video of him. That was one thing. Randy, got a list of things.
Like every couple years.
Randy's seeing that guy. He's like, you got caught? I took 12 mil and did the rest of these bad. And my dog died and I'm fine.
So yeah, Randy, like half the stuff he says, I'm like, how are you not in jail though?
Right?
And like people talk about it very openly. Like all the other stuff with like other industries, I feel like you hit a point and then people all of a sudden come out and say like, oh yeah, this has been going on. But for years.
It's literally the North Korea of esports. Like all these mad things you hear, you don't know if they're true. You're not going to do anything about them. And Randy's so dangerous. He's got nukes.
Yeah.
So no one's. All right. Well, we should come back on this in the future. We're going to keep on bringing Randy segments back. If anything he ever does, we'll call it the Randy segment.
Yeah, the weekly Randy update. What's Randy up to?
So I can't really remember if we brought this up last week, and forgive me. But Red Reserve. Did we talk about this?
I don't believe so.
Okay, because it's been a pretty big story over the past month or so. So a quick recap for everyone who does not know. Otherwise, skip 60 seconds. Red Reserve, kind of notorious now in the esports scene. They're gone. They've sold out. They've left. But apparently ripped off just tons of players, content creators. According to several players, they kicked the COD guys out of their house pretty much like last second.
No, yeah, like day of, right?
Yeah.
Like they just walked in and were like, yeah, you guys got to get out.
Yeah, like, hey, we're selling the house, whatever they did with it.
Right.
Rocket League guys, they qualified for RLCS, which is pretty big. They dropped that roster. CSGO guys came out and said they haven't been paid. Call of Duty guys the same.
Fun.
Even a CSGO guy's mom got involved.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Bad when a mom takes to Twitter and goes, baby ain't being paid.
Yeah.
But anyway, shockingly this week, it's actually Nordavind. You probably do not know them.
No.
Norwegian org, I do believe. Forgive me if I am wrong, crowd, but I believe they're actually backed by a Norwegian bank as well, known as the DNB. And they, with that...
I have heard of the bank. The bank has money.
Yeah.
That's a large bank.
And with that big bank money, you know what they did? They came back in, they bought out Red Reserve. And all of their most importantly, all of their social media accounts and their content and everything. It's exactly what I was thinking. I had no words.
That's such a weird move.
And so I don't know if we can show you guys screenshots. It was actually one of the higher ups of Nordavind. He came out with a 55-second video, posted it on their old YouTube channel and said, hey, Nordavind here. We bought out the Red Reserve social medias and we're Nordavind now.
Okay, but did they change all the names?
Yeah, it's now gonna be rebranded to Nordavind. So pretty much, I think the move was they bought him out just for their strength of following.
Okay, yeah. Then why not just buy like non-problematic accounts?
Right.
Like if you're gonna buy accounts, which I think that's against Twitter's terms of service.
First of all, even if you're gonna buy accounts, do you not think there's gonna be a huge drop off? The fact that you're no longer Red Reserve.
Yeah,
definitely. You're not gonna be making that content, and the fact that they are now the most despised org of 2019.
Yeah, I feel like there's no way to win here. Not for the bank anyway.
Like I'm trying to think of a comparison of how
I don't know that there is one, to be honest. Like
it's like if you had an opportunity in life, like to buy out someone else's life,
right?
And you choose a felon. Like I want that dude's life because he's a popular felon.
That guy just got out of jail 5 minutes ago. But did you know he has like 100,000 Twitter followers?
Did you see his YouTube channel? I want that life. I'm gonna tell everyone that I am now you.
Yeah.
But clearly not. So to me, it was a super strange move, made no sense. And especially when you have that kind of money, you would think, just buy a team of content creators, build it up organically, or like you said, buy a channel that's not just on fire.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was right. Just weird news.
Yeah.
If you guys have an explanation for Nordavind,
do you know how much money it was? How much money they spent?
No, of course they don't. They don't say numbers. They just go, "Hey."
I would have been very surprised if they had, but who knows?
But with that, at the very least, they finalized Red Reserve is now done, dusted, gone.
I mean, that's good.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Thank you, Nordavind.
Yeah. You know what? They slayed the vampire. They did it, guys.
Although they paid the vampire.
Whatever you got to do, right? All right. So I was reading an article on the growth of the FGC, and the article itself is. The FGC means the fighting game community.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And the article itself isn't that important, but it kind of got me thinking because the fighting game community specifically has always been kind of grassroots. Like it's always been kind of against. I mean, heck, a lot of community members are kind of against esports and fighting games being connected like in any way whatsoever. Really? Yeah, they're like hard stop.
I've never met those communities.
We want to keep you far away from our fighting game stuff. Even though it means the FGC gets less money, of course, for their events. But for years, that's how it's been, right? And it's just kind of recently changing where game companies are now putting more money into events and fighters are actually more open to sponsorships and people are less mad about the whole esports scene. Yeah. And that's a topic for another day. Yeah. But I was wondering... So the FGC is kind of unique in the sense that...
Well, it certainly is.
Yeah. I can't think of any other community that kind of low-key hates esports as a concept, that is very, very insular, that's very much... But at the same time, they're all hyped to play together. I have a feeling if I played CSGO, right? Yeah. And I went to a CSGO tournament, would I ever be just chilling in a room playing CSGO, as a casual player? Yeah. With other players and with pros and just be doing that, right? Would that be the...
Well, first of all, yeah, that's not going to be a thing at most CSGO events. Most CSGO events are all about, it's a spectator sport, but now that I say that, it's all about, it's watching them.
Yeah, it's all about the teams at the end of the day.
It's not It's not really going to be about, let's meet up. It's not going to be a LAN environment for casuals.
Right.
It's to watch the pros.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm thinking about. Like every fighting game tournament, every event I've been to, it's like almost a hangout thing first and a tournament second.
Like, oh, there's an event going on?
Yeah, sometimes it kind of feels that way. Like Combo Breaker has like a 24-hour venue, so everybody can just bring their sticks and their consoles and come play.
Yeah.
People like, you will go down into the venue any time of day. Always people just chilling.
Yeah.
Just playing.
It's like you're playing all of a sudden. Well,
or if they're not there, they're in hotel rooms. Like we're in salty suites. Everybody's just playing.
And you're playing and you're more concerned about your own game as compared to pro players playing 15 feet away from you?
To a certain extent. Like sometimes, yeah. Or like you'll just be like a casual. I've played with a lot of like pro fighting game players just randomly because everybody is kind of just like everybody kind of intermingles and plays together and does that. I was wondering, like,
there's definitely, to my knowledge, now I'm not like a huge, obviously land goer, but I don't think, to my knowledge, there's any esport out there, and I know for sure there's no esport out there like the fighting game community in terms of cohesion and the way they run their events. Because when you said that, all I think about is Smash Bros. Turn that I've watched, and just. I don't think most organizers would even let in esports crowds get that close to pro players.
Oh, yeah, definitely not.
Like you guys got dudes pretty much just breathing on each other.
Yeah, that's the vibe.
Yeah.
And it's great. I love it. But like I feel like it is kind of weird, and I just realized that like, oh, we're kind of weird about this.
Like I think the only thing I can really think of is maybe I've seen at COD events they have like maybe little side booths where you can play teams or play like some sort of like content creators. Right. And CS:GO have done things similar, but at a frequency of fighting, there's no comparison. I don't think.
Yeah, it's like maybe something for you, the audience, to think about. Yeah. More so than for us to answer.
What esport community out there is most similar to the fighting game community?
Yeah. I'm curious. Is there even an esports community that is like there's no first person shooter community?
Yeah. There's no FPS community out there that is like we only shoot. My hand. First person, like I don't think so, but maybe we're just like super like.
It's very possible. That's what I want to know.
Maybe people are gonna be pissed. Like, dude, what you mean, man?
You aren't paying enough respect to the CS:GO community. We are our own.
We are our own esport.
We are a monolith.
But besides that, I would honestly like esport games. FGC probably. I don't think there's any stringencies between that, but there could be.
They're kind of separate.
So let us know if there are.
Yeah, I would love to find that out.
Yeah. Well, that's going to conclude episode number 2. We survived. And
once again,
we'll hopefully be back for episode number 3. As always, thank you guys for watching. It really does mean a lot to us. Things coming up on the channel or on the website you want to talk about?
Yeah, real quick, want to give a shout out to MSI, the Midseason Invitational for League of Legends. We're going to have some coverage on that over the weekend, so check in with the site on Sunday at the latest.
And then for the YouTube channel, got a couple videos coming out this weekend, probably a CSGO Talk episode, some other episodes as well. This week has been crazy though, content-wise, article-wise on the website that is being redeveloped sometime in the near future. And along with that, tons of videos. And as always, if you guys want to send us stuff, we have a Twitter, we have the YouTube comment section. We love hearing your guys' news for the podcast. Always. Next episode, number 3. I'd love to get your guys' feedback on that. Like we did first episode.
Yeah.
0 dislikes. So remember to smash that dislike button.
Remember, we want to see 100K dislikes.
But as always, thank you guys for watching. My name is Jake.
I'm Zan.
And we have survived 2 episodes. We will see you guys back here next week on the Esports Rewind.